Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. So with the previous video I showed you guys exactly what we need to install, what we got that must go back into our bucky. So with this video we are going to install our big radiator that we need to install, as this one that we have right here is rusted through, so I don't want to take chances with that, so I'd rather just replace it. But before I continue with that, I need to finish up just with the last few bits with my engine. I only need to replace the sump gasket, so I'm going to remove the sump, replace the gasket, and then as well get the engine on our engine hoist. And then from there we're going to remove our real crank seal, replace that seal, and then we're going to start with the radiator, build our brackets, see what must go where, and then as soon as we're done with that, then we can put our engine back, and then we can do our last few things, do the plumbing for the water, and then install our water overflow bottle as well. So let's get to it. Let me put you on a time lapse. Let me quickly finish up with the sump gasket and as well with the crank seal. Let's go. So this is what comes out of my sump, and I can promise you that I'm not the one that put it there, but all of this is literally inside of my sump, and there's still more that I need to remove. But can you imagine how dirty, how bad this actually is? engine, completely finished. So now we're gonna move over to the engine bay as we need to fit the radiator. Unfortunately my camera died, but I did carry on with the mountings. My radiator does fit perfectly. I don't have any complaints. I did put the hood on, or the bonnet on, just to make sure that it doesn't catch us, and it's quite perfect. This is almost the same height as the previous one was. There's the previous one, so even if you're going to take it out, there's my two brackets right there, and you put them together, you can see that one is actually quite a bit higher, but not too much. So yeah, now I'm going to move over to my brackets. I just want to finish them up. So as you can see, I've drilled marked my holes, that side and that side. Just mark them left and right so I don't confuse them. And then this one I can just cut it off right there and then just make it nice and pretty. Same as this side as well. And then I'm going to do it with this one, and then I can start painting them. And as soon as I'm done painting it, then I'm going to start putting my engine back. As soon as the engine is back, then we can move over to put the brackets in, and then put the radiator in, and then I need to bolt my top brackets, and I need to put my heater valve in as well before I put the engine back, otherwise I won't have space to fit anything back on that section. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's start by cutting that bracket off, and then just make them nice and pretty, and then we can paint them. Done with my brackets. As you can see, are nice and decent. Looks much better. The edges are not as sharp anymore. It's a bit roundish and it's quite blunt, so that's good. I'm happy with how it came out. I just used the flapper disc as well, just to make sure that I move all of the oil and things that's on it, so the primer will stick quite easily now. So we can start with our primer. Quickly primer them, both of them. Let it dry for a bit. Just the first coat, just a light coat, and then we'll wait around 5 minutes. It should be dry, and then we'll just give it a nice thick second coat. So let's get to that. Brackets, it's finally finished dry with the primer, so I'm gonna, well, I moved over to the engine bay while you were counting my 5 minutes. I already started putting back the heater valve. There you can see the heater valve with the pipes that I put back as well, and then I also put the heater cable back, so that's also working, functioning now as well. So now I'm going to start by painting the black, those two brackets. I'm just going to start by painting it black. First coat just a light coat, second coat make it a bit thicker, and then we should be done with it. So while I'm going to be busy with that, I'm going to start by putting the engine on our engine stand, or as we call it in South Africa, a olifant. So gaan hom op 'n olifant sit, and then yeah, we're going to get the engine ready to put it back in, and then we should be done. Well, not done, we should be able to line up the engine and put it where it's supposed to be, then we can continue. So let me get started with that, paint that, and then get the engine on the olifant. Is finally painted. Now we're going to start by torquing our flywheel. The flywheel, we're going to start from 40, then move up to 60 newtons, then 80 newtons, and then we're going to take it to 110 newtons. And then I'm also going to do the front crank pulley. It needs to be 260 in total, so I'm going to do 100 and then move up to 150 and then 200 and then 260, and then once we're done there I can just move to the clutch, and then we can, as soon as we're done with the clutch, then we can put our engine back. So yeah, let's get to it. I've got Nats here as well. She's going to quickly assist me just to hold the bolts from in place so I can quickly torque it down. We managed to actually do quite a lot. The video went off. I didn't notice it at all, but we continued on working. Let me just show you quickly how far we came. So since you actually last saw it on the video, you can see already a much big difference that we've made so far. There's not really much to do. It's only from my side the radiator that must be done with the plumbing. And then there's this cable that I need to sort out for my choke. For some reason, like I misplaced some of my parts, I don't know, but at least there's something small. Accelerator cable is connected, starter is connected. It's basically almost ready to run. I'm sure if I'm going to plug all my electronics on, I can start my engine. There will not be any problems with it. So yeah, I'm happy. But now we need to get started with our radiator. I also managed to put our two 12-inch fans on here as well. And then we do have our mounting points there at the bottom as well. So I need to go and fit the radiator, and then we need to see, we need to build brackets for the top so that our radiator can stand in one place, all supported. And then we can start with our plumbing, doing the radiator pipes as we're going to do it with stainless steel. So let me get to it. Let me put the radiator in and then start by building the brackets for our radiator so it can stand on its own, and then we can start with our radiator pipes. So let me get started with this. We have our radiator now installed. It looks nice and level, and then as well it's got some small space here between the frame and then as well as with the radiator, so we have enough space there. So now we can start by our radiator pipes. So I'm going to start with the bottom one, just going to do a mock-up, see what's going where, and then so I can start by routing the bottom one, and then from there we're going to move to the top. So the bottom one must basically come out and then move all the way this side, and then from there it must pick up. Let me just show you here. It must pick up, and then it must come in here. So I think I might start this side. I think it's going to be easier to start this side and then move all the way down. And then once we're done with that side, we need to start here, go out, move it all the way, and then basically go back in there. So shouldn't be too difficult. Let's get started with that. We decided that we're going to call this a night. We did manage to weld our pipes. As you can see, here's the one, here's the other one. I'm not going to show it too close because the welding doesn't look that great, but I did for Eugene. I asked him if I can send it to him so that he can do it for me, a proper job, and he said no problem. So I'm going to drop off my stainless steel pipes for Eugene, and then probably in the next video, upcoming video, we will have them back and then we can put it back. But anyways, further than that, we are done with the radiator setup. Everything is already mocked up. You can just basically weld it, fix it up, then we can put it in, and then we have a complete cooling system for our bucky, nice, big, and upgraded. So yeah, I'm gonna switch off this video now. I'm gonna end it. This is a late night already. It's already late. I'm quite happy with how far we got. I mean, we did our brackets as you saw, and then our radiator is nice and stiff. It's not going anywhere. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. The next video, we also have a few things to do. Actually, the next 2-3 videos, we're gonna have a lot still to do. Still I have a lot of accessories also that we need to install it. Maybe I can convince Eugene to be here on the next video so you can see him as well. It's been a while. And then yeah, we'll just be creating content. Thank you guys for watching. If you've watched until this far, you probably liked it, so please hit that like button, and then as well, do not forget to hit that subscribe button to follow us with our Toyota Hilux build. Soon it will be finished, then we can go 4x4ing once again. You guys must have a lovely night further, and God bless. Ciao.